What's going on, beautiful people? Machiavelli Mills TV. So look, y'all, I was on Instagram and I saw a post. The post was a screenshot of a tweet. And I believe this tweet I know it came from a young black man, and I believe it was from a black former collegiate athlete. And the young black man put, I chose an HBCU before it was a trend, right? That was his tweet to the world. I chose an HBCU before it was a trend. And I saw this post and I just immediately started shaking my head. Shaking my head and scratching my head at the same time because I'm wondering, why are people like this? Why are black folks like this? We got to stop this ASAP, for real. Like, just be happy that a lot of young black scholars and young black student athletes, prominent student athletes, are choosing to attend black colleges, right? That has been the goal for some time. For a while, people have wanted prominent young black athletes to go to HBCUs in order to bring the revenue back to the black schools. Not back, but bring the revenue to the black schools, because they have never been funded the same way as the predominantly white institutions, right? And we know a lot of the predominantly white institutions get their bread, get a bulk of their money from the athletic programs where black people make up more than half of the revenue generating sports teams, right? Football and basketball is filled with nothing but black players. So be like, look, if that black talent came to HBCUs, you know how great that would be for our schools, right? We could get better funding all across the board, not just for the athletic departments, but for the student life, whether it be dormitories and other facilities, as well as it can give better funding to the academic programs all across campus. So look, black kids are now wanting to go to black colleges. We should be happy about that, right? We got to stop with this whole I did it first mentality. I did it first. So therefore, I'm somewhat more important because I did it first. Cut that shit out. Like, for real. Just be happy that the young generation are changing the tide and embrace it. Because I'm elated about it. Seriously, I'm super excited to see young black kids and black prominent student athletes choosing the HBCUs. Historically, black colleges and universities matter. So that now that we see young black kids are recognizing that, they come into. I'm excited about it. You know what I mean? I don't care if they're doing it only because it's a trend. Because either way they're coming to these institutions, they're attending them, which will help bring more revenue to the schools, which is something that all the HBCUs need, right? But when you say something like, I chose a HBCU before it was a trend, that is the prime example of counterproductive commentary. We as black people should be celebrating young black scholars and student athletes going or attending HBCUs, not downplaying them doing so in order to get likes on social media. Cut it out, y'all. Cut it out, man. Like, I'm elated that young black people are cognizant of the value of historically black colleges and universities, because it's been long overdue. A lot of young black student athletes never understood how important it was for them to consider HBCUs. Maybe they thought it was just like, oh, I don't care nothing about it. They kind of like brushed HBCUs off in the past. Not all of them, but somehow a lot of them did. They wanted to go to the bigger schools with the bigger names, with the bigger brands, because they felt like that was the only way for them to go to the NBA or the NFL, so on and so forth. Or even kids that were just scholars. They even chose to want to go to the bigger schools, the predominantly white institutions, right? So now I'm proud that there is this new HBCU enrollment renaissance amongst our youth, right? Black kids are wanting to go to HBCUs. They're choosing to check out Morehouse, to check out Spelman, to check out Jackson State University, to check out Grambling State University, to check out Hampton. You know, they want to check out Prairie View A&M. They want to check out Texas Southern, so on and so forth, right? And again, I don't care if it's a trend at all. I'm simply glad to see more black kids attending HBCUs, man. And I want to say that this is being made possible because the black people and HBCU staff are making huge strides to promote our black colleges to our black babies more successfully. They're making a better effort to do that. And I think they're making a better effort to do that because now these black colleges have more resources and more voices than they once did. And when I say more resources and more voices, we have social media that people can use to their advantage. on a regular, whether it be through all different type of promotion, through all different type of posts and videos and so on and so forth. And we have more voices who are speaking up for the HBCUs than before. Like we got Deion Sanders coaching at Jackson State University, speaking as an advocate for all HBCUs, not just Jackson State University, right? We have Eddie George coaching at Tennessee State. We got Hugh Jackson coaching at Grambling State University. Lindsey Hunter is coaching at my alma mater, Mississippi Valley State University, coaching basketball. Mo Williams is coaching basketball at Alabama State University. So we have more voices, more people that have this cachet and clout in order to deliver the message where it doesn't fall on deaf ears, right? They're able to deliver a message to where these black kids are receiving it and looking like they're taking it all in, soaking it all in, and recognizing the importance of going to HBCUs and possibly bringing back or bringing wealth to our institutions, right? And I'm just proud about that, man. I'm super proud. I don't care if who did it first. I don't care about none of that. I'm just glad to see black folks, black kids going to these black schools and recognizing, hey, we can make a difference. They're recognizing they can make a difference, and they getting the ball rolling. And that's all it takes, man. Somebody got to spark the new generation. The new generation, somebody has to spark change. And the younger generation is sparking the change that we wanted to see happen in the first place. So why are we questioning it, but why are we trying to downplay it? Why are we trying to poke our chest out about attending HBCUs first, so on and so forth? I just don't see the good in doing so. You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to bash the person who did that, but I just feel like, you know what? We need to have better commentary. Just be happy to see it happening and encourage the youth to continue doing that, right? Continue even advocating for these prominent black athletes who choose to attend HBCUs. Encourage them to keep promoting their schools, to keep help recruit other young players and other just black kids in general to come to the schools that they've chosen or go to HBCUs and tell them, look, man, there's nothing wrong with going to a historically black college or university. It's a great thing. You should explore it. And I'm just happy to see that kids are trying to spark the change that we always wanted to see in the first place, man. We saw the change the change kind of occurring. Now, we didn't see it because I was a kid. I wasn't even born when A Different World came out. But with A Different World, stuff like that, Drumline, so on and so forth, when those shows came about, when we saw Something Yard, it helped to try to spark a HBCU renaissance. But now we seeing it all across the board. Now that people are talking about it on ESPN, on FS1 Undisputed, we got Shannon Sharp being an advocate of it, him being a graduate of an HBCU himself, Savannah State University. So I'm just glad to see black kids choosing HBCUs. It doesn't matter who did it first, so cut it out. Black folks got to cut that out. Be happy that we got our kids choosing the HBCUs, man. Machiavelli Mills TV, I'm out. Peace.